Hey everyone, I'll do two videos, one in English, one in Hindi. My name is Vivek. We started a charity to find a gene therapy research for FOXY1, and like also my mom was a doctor. She was a doctor in the Indian Army. She passed away when I was very small. So the current crisis of the coronavirus, I think it's very serious. We got to take it very seriously. Um, uh, like I know there's everybody's going through a lot of difficult times, but I think in addition to there's one video that struck me really profoundly on the Facebook. What it said was that this lady, I should know her name, but in the US, they're saying that mortgages, toilet paper, and other issues are issues that we're fighting with these days. But the biggest crisis that we have is the super infectious nature of coronavirus 19, COVID-19, and to tackle this, the biggest threat is threat of PPE to healthcare staff. So the frontline healthcare staff, the doctors at the clinics, anybody who's going to the doctors at the clinics, and the hospitals are hotspots for everybody who's even a suspect coronavirus patient to go to the clinic. My request to everybody is that let us do our best and get a basic PPE ready and see if we can help provide PPE to people. This is a mask I'm wearing that I just made up in just this morning at home using instructions from there's an open source group in the US. So this is instructions. It's a 5-page instruction saying how to do this. We used an old shopping bag and pipe cleaners and a sewing machine to fabricate this. The challenge of COVID-19 is that SARS-CoV-2, the virus, it is spread through droplets as well. So this mask is going to stop the droplets from going across. Let me share how we made this mask. And so this is the mask that I've been wearing. Um, um, I'm sharing this message. If you we need to make a lot of these masks and give and make sure that these masks are provided to everyone, all people. We can do it. I think my focus is India because India there's about 1 crore people. 100 crore people, 130 crore people who are in India. So the stats on the infectiousness of this condition, people are expecting about 70 to 80% of people to be infected. For a vast majority of them, there's no reason to worry. But about for 1% of the people, which is again going to be like more than 1.3 crore people, it's going to be really a difficult situation. The hardest hit is going to be the healthcare professionals, the frontline healthcare staff. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. What's going to really matter is that a lot of people who are infected, they're going to go to the doctors, to the hospitals to get themselves checked out, to the clinics, to pathology labs. Everyone should have one of these masks. The reason is because whether you're infected or not, if you are 70%, you would be infected, and 70% of the if you are infected, the one thing we should do is not make sure that the person who's in front of us, doesn't get infected. So while the healthcare professionals may have shortages of N95 masks, this is a mask we made from from uh, non-woven polypropylene, the shopping bags, from what the recyclable shopping bags are made from. It is a washable mask. Once you make it, it's yours to keep. You can wash it, you can use it, you can make a couple and like wash and use one day of the week and like use the other one the next day. This is once you make it, the instructions clearly say please do sanitize it before you use it. Boil it in put it in boiling water for 10 minutes, and once it's ready, then you should be able to use it. The help I need is, we need people to get this material. We need people who have sewing machines. We need people who can make these masks, and we need people who can make these masks and like give it to other people. We need people. I need to find people who can actually make these masks and like deliver them to the nearest hospitals. I need put it in a basket and put it in a bucket and like just leave them there. The hospitals will make sure that like they're kept in a nice condition and like they're provided to people. Let anybody. This is like, it's not going to cost you $200, 200 rupees. It's not going to cost you like 3,000 rupees. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost you like 20 rupees. It's just like your 20 minutes effort. And if a tailor, somebody who's got a tailor shop, they make it like they'll make like 10 of them in an hour, or like 20 of them in an hour. If we have 100 people making 100 of these, like we'll have 10,000 in one day. So the shout out is, please spread this message. Please let people come back to us on Facebook, WhatsApp. I'll get a website up and running. I'm trying to get a website up and running. We'll get a Google Docs form up and running. Let people put their names who are able to help us make these masks, and let people provide this first level of protection to each and every citizen, and especially in the first instance to the medical staff who is at those coronavirus hotspots, the path labs, the hospitals, and the the coronavirus clinics. Ultimately, our dream is, if everybody spends like 10 minutes, everybody can end up with a mask. Each and every person in India, each and every person in the globe can end up with a mask. And like, if we stop droplet infection, we can save lives. We can save real lives. We can save a lot of real lives, hundreds of thousands of lives. And like, I'm very, 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 it is very sad for me to even share this, that unfortunately what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to die because of this infection. If 1% fatality rate comes through 70% population of India, it's going to be about 100,000 people, about a million people. Yeah, about 1 crore log honge. About I think 10 million people are expected to be lost to this illness. Now, it is not 10 million people who are going to die. That's going to be the big thing. It's not the number. The challenge is that it's 10 million lives. It is 10 million families. It's 10 million actual human beings, and like their whole dependencies. It's losing a loved one for 10 million of those families. It's like almost the whole society is in it. And this is one thing that we can easily do to prevent, to do our part in preventing infection. So please share this message. WhatsApp, Facebook, the Google Docs form. Put on your details. If you can make five of these masks, make them. Give them to your neighbors. Give them to your friends. Give them to your enemies. Give them to your neighboring cities. Give them to your hospitals. Give them to everybody, and let's stop the droplet infection. Together we will find a cure. Together we will overcome COVID-19. A little bit about myself, I want to share is ki as I shared earlier at the start of this video, my mom was a doctor. So like, if there's a doctor who loses their life because a person is not wearing a droplet protection or a face mask, that is the biggest loss we can have. If we do not have any doctors left, if we do not have any nurses left, if we do not have any safai karmcharis left in the hospital to look after the patients who are coming in there, it is going to be a very, 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 very difficult and challenging time. Again, as the other video that I saw and shared said, it is a very confronting message, but please let us do our little bit and help our society, help lives. Share the message, and I'll also share this message in Hindi as well. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.